After Punmuri and Anbarasan, now former DMK Minister Paneer Selvam is on the DVAC radar. Raids conducted on the properties. The DMK calls it a witch hunt. Was the police firing in Parmakudi unprovoked and orchestrated? Starting findings of a parallel investigations by an NGO. Government says wait for the judicial inquiry. Unrest and a lathi charge in a Trichy Central Jail. The situation is tense as inmates demand sacking of a jail warden. State Congress Chief Tangabalu gets a taste of infighting yet again. MIFT workers who were denied seats for the upcoming civic polls go on a rampage. Good evening, you're watching Late Night News with me Ashpit. Let's get you the top stories from across the country. Social activist Anna Hazare's latest threat says he will ask voters not to vote for the Congress if the Jan Lokpal bill is not passed in the winter session. As the police seeks the custody of suspended IPS officer Sanjeev Bhatt tells the court there can be no compromise with Modi government. The Ministry of Home Affairs writes to Gujarat government, says please ensure adequate security to Sanjeev Bhatt. Maoists in West Bengal call for truce. If government stops joint force operations in Jungle Mahal, we will stop the use of arms for 1 month, assures the Maoists. The Prince of Bengal seems to have set aside the controversies that normally dog him and is fully in the festive spirit. Well, first up, after land grab charges, DMK leaders are now bracing themselves for DVAC raids and charges of disproportionate assets. And after former DMK ministers Punmuri and Anbarasan, today Paneer Selvam was on the DVAC radar. Now the agency conducted raids on 11 properties belonging to Paneer Selvam and his relatives. Now the raids were conducted in Cuddalore, Nagapattinam and Chennai. These raids follow allegations of former minister amassing wealth beyond the known sources of income during his tenure as a minister. Now, MRK Paneer Selvam handled the health and the backward communities portfolio under the DMK government. Now, an alleged argument that broke out between a prisoner and a police official at the Gundas block of the Trichy Central Prison turned ugly. Now, the police resorted to lathi charge. The prisoner Madan Kumar and his 10 supporters are protesting against the alleged ill treatment meted out to them. Now, panic spread among more than 2,000 accused serving their term in the central prison. Well, now it's almost a month since Parmakudi firing incident took place where 6 people were killed and several injured, including policemen. Now, an NGO has taken stock of the situation leading to the incident and has come out with these findings. Now, government sources say the report in fact is premature as a retired High Court judge is probing that very incident. Now, our reporter Krishnamurthy was present when the Centre for Protection of Civil Liberties released this report.
That was a situation.
A shocking finding by an NGO that did its own parallel investigation into last month's police firing in Parmakudi. The report released to the media alleges that the firing was pre-planned. Incidentally, the Tamil Nadu government's one-man commission of inquiry by retired High Court Judge Justice K. Sampath is in the process of investigating this case. Sources say many victims have been unwilling to cooperate with the government-appointed commission. This is what led the NGO to pitch in. Government sources say that the NGO is jumping the gun without waiting for judicial inquiry to be completed.
Case, it appears very clear that it was pre-planned. Everything was going usual, and all of a sudden around 11:30 or so, police actually charge into action and start lathi charge. So naturally there is nothing, nowhere to go. People would respond with pelting stones. So that's very usual. And then in turn it is taken that mob turned violent.
The NGO claims that the motive was to polarize voters ahead of the upcoming local body elections.
We could reach a conclusion that the coming panchayat elections, etc., could be the cause, because such kind of riots always happen in the wake of some election, some such thing, or some cause which actually necessitate the polarization of people.
These strong words, the NGO says, stem from many eyewitness accounts. According to the NGO report, all victims were hit by bullets above the waist. It claims that there was no warning before the firing in violation of police manual. The allegation is that the cops chased the mob, cornered them by lathi charge and then burst tear gas shells. This action, they say, provoked the people to retaliate by throwing stones. Even when the situation calmed down towards the evening, the cops, the report says, raided neighboring villages and arrested youth for no reason. All of them were beaten up and some of them are still languishing in jails. The cops, the NGO further alleges, broke window panes of vehicles and slapped cases against innocent youth. With many unanswered questions, the NGO wants the case to be investigated by the CBI, an enhanced compensation that's now 1 lakh rupees. Just how different this NGO's findings will be from the Justice K. Sampath's report will be known in 2 months. In Chennai, with Krishnamurthy, this is Ashmit Kumar for NDTV Hindu. Well, moving ahead now to other developments, and with the local body elections around the corner, the State Election Commissioner Mr. S. Iyer today met with the top cops in Tamil Nadu to ensure security preparations are in place. Now, police officials also confirmed that necessary measures have been taken, with additional personnel being deployed to ensure the implementation of the Election Code of Conduct and to avoid any untoward incidents in sensitive areas.
சென்னை மாநகராட்சி மேயர் தேர்தலுக்கு வந்து 32 பேர் மனு தாக்கல் செய்திருக்காங்க. மொத்தமாக 64 பேர் மனு தாக்கல் செய்திருந்தாங்க. அது ஸ்க்ரூட்டனிக்கு அப்புறம் வேட்புமனு திரும்ப பெற்றதுக்கப்புறம் இப்போது 32 பேர் வந்து போட்டியிடுகிறார்கள் சென்னை மாநகராட்சி மேயர் தேர்தலுக்கு. இதே போல் வார்டு கவுன்சிலர் தேர்தலுக்கு பல்வேறு இடங்களில் பல்வேறு நம்பர்கள் இருக்கின்றன. 16 பேருக்கு மேலே போட்டியிடுற வார்டுகளின் எண்ணிக்கை வந்து 31 வார்டுகள். அங்கெல்லாம் வந்து 2 பேலட் யூனிட்டை வச்சு நாங்கள் தேர்தல் நடத்துவோம். மேயர் தேர்தலுக்கும் 2 பேலட் யூனிட்டை வச்சு தேர்தல் நடத்துவோம். ஸோ ஒவ்வொரு வாக்குச்சாவடியிலும் 2 கண்ட்ரோல் யூனிட் இருக்கும் செப்பரேட்டாக. பேலட் யூனிட்ஸு எத்தனை கவுன்சிலர்ஸ் போட்டிடுறாங்களோ அதுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி பேலட் யூனிட்ஸ் இருக்கும். இதை பற்றியெல்லாம் பொதுமக்களுக்கு விழிப்புணர்வு ஏற்படுத்துவதற்காக ப்ராமினென்ட் பிளேசஸில் இந்த மாதிரி பேலட் யூனிட்ஸ் கண்ட்ரோல் யூனிட்ஸ்லாம் வச்சு டெமான்ஸ்ட்ரேஷனும் பண்ணுறதா இருக்கும். கூடிய விரைவில் பொதுமக்களும் பேருந்து நிலையங்கள், ரயில்வே நிலையங்கள், இந்த மாதிரி பொதுமக்கள் கூடுற இடங்களில் இதை பற்றின டெமோவும் நாங்கள் செய்ய இருக்கோம். தேவையான அளவுக்கு இப்போ வந்து இன்னொரு 2000, ஏன்னா இந்த மாதிரி மேயர் தேர்தலுக்கு வந்து 32 பேர் போட்டிடுறதுனால 2 கண்ட்ரோல் யூனிட் பேலட் யூனிட் வைக்க வேண்டியதாக இருக்கிறதுனால இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா நமக்கு வந்து ஓட்டிங் மிஷின் தேவைப்படுது. அதை மாநில தேர்தல் ஆணையம் வந்து உடனடியாக அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணி கொடுக்குறேன்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. இன்னொரு 2 டேஸில் எங்களுக்கு வந்து தேவைப்படுற மின்னணு வாக்குப்பதிவு இயந்திரங்கள் கிடைக்கப்பெறும். அதெல்லாம் இன்னும் நாங்கள் ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கோம். அதாவது காவல்துறை அதிகாரிகளுடன் சேர்ந்து எந்தெந்த வாக்கு சாவடிகள் வந்து பதட்டமானவை என்பதையெல்லாம் நாங்கள் கண்டறிஞ்சிட்ருக்கோம். அதுக்கு பிறகு வந்து அங்கே என்ன முன்னெச்சரிக்கை நடவடிக்கை எடுக்கணுன்றதெல்லாம் முடிவு பண்ணுவோம்.
Well, the internal rivalry in the Tamil Nadu Congress party took an ugly turn when scores of people alleged to be members of the Youth Congress ransacked the premises. Now, tension prevailed at the Congress party office in Chennai after a few agitated men entered the building, raising slogans against the Tangabalu and vandalized the property. Now, the protesters alleged that denial of an opportunity for members of the Youth Congress to contest in the upcoming local body elections is the reason behind the outrage. Well, now, Chennai City Police Commissioner J.K. Tripathi convened a meeting with the owners of cyber cafes, urging them to be more vigilant. Now, the cafe owners were asked to know who their customers are by maintaining a log register according to the terms prescribed by the licensing authorities. Over 800 cafe owners participated. They were advised to collect ID proofs, install web cameras, open-type cabins, not to allow children to alone inside the browsing center, and to submit the details of log register to the local police station on the 5th of every month. Now, during the interaction, few participants also raised allegations against local police inspectors who are into the habit of demanding mamool from the cafe owners.
Basically, what they have been told is that they should know their customers, so that if their IP address is found in any crime, we must track down the accused. That's what they said. One grievance came that while conducting check, police should not harass. That will issue circular regarding that.
We're heading into a short break now. We'll be back with lots more updates on the other side. Keep watching.